courage to the test, laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before, your heart is full and wanting more, your future's at the door. Give it all you got, no hesitating, you've been waiting all your life. This is your moment, this is your moment.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Saturday, or I need to say good morning to those on the West Coast where I'm at. It is currently 11:02 a.m. here. Anyway, so welcome to the show, everyone. This is the Cognitive Nomad Show. It's all about supporting each other in the struggles with mental health. Basically, my name's Larry. I'm your facilitator and host. I hope you enjoy the show. Come join our online peer support group for mutual assistance and travel inspiration and any other support that is needed along the way. This is a place where I share my journey with ADHD, BPD, major depression, CPTSD, chronic pain, and my love for travel, fostering a supportive community and breaking mental health stigmas along the way. Now, I just want to say before we go any further with any more, like, this isn't about me showing off and asking you for sympathy. These are just explaining what my disabilities that I have to, because with this hidden disabilities, nobody really knows what you're going through. You just look like a normal person. So I'm only listing them for this reason, to show you that I do have hidden disabilities and that I do have struggles just like anybody else out there. Additionally, I have another channel called Plum Travelers, which focuses on accessible travel, providing insights into disability-friendly destinations and cruising tips. And so, yeah, please subscribe for empathy, adventure, and advocacy. Today's date is Saturday, April 2024. Well, April 20th, 2024, with a local temperature of 14 degrees Celsius or 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And today's topic is my life, my story, my struggles. I want this community to be driven where we can all support each other, who's ever going through some mental health struggles and stuff, because we all have those bad days where, we need somebody in our corner to help listen to, to help us to be validated and all that kind of stuff, because I'm finding that a lot of stuff out there, you're hearing bad things about people that, like, taking their own life and stuff like that. And for me, it's basically what I'm seeing, and I'm no doctor, as I said in the disclaimer, this is only a support and I'm just giving my feelings towards it, is that, a lot of people aren't being validated within their stuff that they're dealing with in this really crazy world. So yeah, we're all going through these struggles and stuff, as you'll see and hear with my story coming up here. But again, this isn't about getting people to feel sorry for me. What it is, it's where is it here? Here, this one here. Subscribe for now for empathy, adventure, and advocacy, and that's what I hope we can get out of this channel here. and the shows that I provide. We need to be empathetic to others, what they're going through and struggles, and just, help them. And, if you're having a good day, maybe take some time out of your day to, listen to somebody else that's having a struggle, right? And so at some point on my channels, I'll open up the panel, and you can, if you're having a bad day, and just come up and talk about things, right? And maybe we can help you to have a better day after that. And that's what I'm striving to do with this channel. So with that being said, sorry, I needed a drink. Okay, let me put in, where's my other thing here? I just wanted to say, so I'm sure a lot of you people out there have heard that there's a site called BetterHelp. It's a mental health site where you can go and get supports. You have to pay for it, but it's if you need a psychiatrist or all that kind of stuff, a therapist, there's somebody to talk to and stuff like that. I'm just wanting to share a link. I'm not sponsored by that. I just think I needed to put up a resource. Now, I have left some resources in the description below. I'm in Canada, so my resources are going to be different than you guys in America or anywhere else that you're watching. But yeah, I've left some links for Canada and the US. If you're in another country and you have some links to support systems in your country, like for mental health, that's what we're talking about. If you have any links in your country, or if you know any mental health links where somebody can get supports, please put them in the description. I know in Canada, if we're having any issues with mental health, we have a hotline called 811, which is basically the same as 911, but in a mental health situation. Now, I was not aware if America had one, but I did find a number that I put in the description below, and I think it was 988. So if you're really having a really tough day and you're at the end of your rope, please reach out to those numbers or any of the resources that I share in the description or verbally. Let me see here. I'm going to leave that going for a bit. Let's see. What do we got going on here? We got my beautiful wife. She's my beautiful wife, Ananda. I love you, baby. Infinities. Ananda's my mod, and so is Michael Ann. Hi, Michael Ann. Welcome in, Michael Ann. Good morning. There we go. So that's okay. We got Michael Ann and my wife and me. That's okay. This is just new. It's not out there for the masses to see yet. And eventually I'll get it out there. With my other channel, I'll keep promoting and stuff like that. But right now we're not going to have a full house, but that's okay. This can be also shared for people that are watching replays. Eventually, people do look at replays of your live feeds and stuff, and they'll see that. So that's okay. Right now, there's just, the four of us, I think it says right there, but that's okay. I'm still going to get the message up. We can still support each other like my wife does me right now. See what she did? She supported me right there. My beautiful wife. Anyway, let's bring that up. Now, I'm going to share my story, if that's okay, guys. It's only 2 pages. And by the way, I took a lot of this stuff out of my baptismal, what's it called, testimony. And so when I first wrote it, I wasn't really given many guidelines on what I should write, but they just said, speak from your heart and tell the truth and all that kind of stuff. And so when I wrote it the first time, it was like 5 pages long. Yeah, that didn't work out for, a lot of people can't hear the long stories, but yeah, eventually it was whittled down to 2 pages. And so basically right now it's 2 pages, but I added some, I omitted some stuff and then added my own newer stuff that fits into the story, but it's still 2 pages. So sit back and listen. And again, this is just for informational purposes only. It's just to hear somebody else out there that is, live in this crazy world just like everybody else. And we all Don't live in perfect little peachy cream butterfly worlds. What's this? Yeah, we get some silent watchers, which is great too. Yes, of course. There's not everybody wants to get in, get their face in there or be, out in front of everybody. They just want to listen. So that's good too, as well. Let me see. Okay, let's go in here. Share the screen. I'm gonna go in here. Which one do I want to go first? Oh, here we go. Are you ready, guys? And actually, one of the struggles that I have to say within this is I have a very hard time, like a lot of people, remembering like scripts and stuff like that. I can't do it. So I have to read it word for word, guys. So I apologize if I mess up some words and stuff like that beforehand. But here it goes. And, before I say that, there's my brother Reese. Shh, listen to my brother. You got to listen to your brother, Reese. Anyway, I was born in St. John, New Brunswick on August 1970. I grew up in a loving family with 5 sisters and 2 brothers, which is one of them in the chat there, which is considered a fairly large family. At age 7, my father had passed away from lung cancer. This devastated me tremendously. After his passing, us kids were eventually sent away to a foster home for about a year. My mother was struggling at the time financially and had to rely on social assistance payments, which was very little back in the 1970s. She was also struggling to take care of her 8 children, and eventually we were returned home. Up until grade 5, my grades were a B+ average, not bad for someone who was eventually diagnosed with ADHD as an adult. My home life was pretty normal. At age 12, my mother and I moved to the downtown area of St. John, where there was lots of crime. I started serving and singing in our local church, and however, I began hanging out with the wrong crowd and started to smoke and drink and sampling drugs, which I then ended up getting into trouble with the law. This led to multiple stays in juvenile detention. My grades were also plummeting, where I failed some grades. My school years were quite tough on me, as I was always struggling with how to fit in, and I always felt alone. At 15, I decided to quit school and started to go to work. At this point, I'm in grade 6. I started out selling hot dogs for a hot dog vendor, making $2.85 an hour. But I continued to fall down that path of destruction. Eventually, I ended up getting in trouble with the law and was sent to a group home for 6 months. And after breaking into a cookie truck the night before and going out joyriding in a stolen truck the next day with some friends. After 2 months in this group home, I ran away and hitchhiked to Halifax, where I experienced the Salvation Army homeless shelter for the first time. By this time, I was 16. After being flown back to St. John, I was then sent straight away to a tough juvenile detention center, a jail for 16 to 18-year-olds. This was a 6-hour drive away from my home and family. I ended up receiving a 4-month sentence in this correctional facility for older kids. During this time, I was constantly being challenged to fight. Being 6'2" and tall, I was a prime target for being harassed and requests for fights. For me, it was like living in hell. There were a few very scary moments in some fights, but too graphic to explain. With 1.5 months left to my sentence, I was eventually put into protective custody, where I never had any issues after this. Give me 1 sec. At 18, I met my now ex-wife, whom I was married to for 18 years and had 2 beautiful daughters. Life was very hard during these years, with a lot of ups and downs. I decided to take a 6-month cooking course in 1989, which I love very much. I had various cooking jobs over the years, and I always had struggles with staying employed. But for some reason, I would always quit my job and be off work for long periods, which would be very stressful on our finances and family life. Financial struggles were common for us, and I would often split up with my ex and leave in town to another province on 3 different occasions, always getting back together with her. Years later, I learned that leaving all those times was hurting my daughters, which I regret very deeply now. But I would always return to my past, to the ones I loved and cared for the most. In 1998, at age 28, I was officially diagnosed by a psychiatrist with adult ADHD, which was previously known as ADD. At the time, I found myself struggling with many areas of my life, including work, family, and social situations, which then caused a lot of stress on my relationship. In 2005, I decided to move to Alberta to start a new life with my wife and children. We had previously lived there a few years earlier, and I was planning on working in the oil fields. I was to set up a new place for my wife and kids to come out and join me. However, after calling home on my time off, my ex-wife ended up telling me that she wanted a divorce, and she was moving to New Mexico to be with a man whom she met online in 2006. This hurt me very badly, and I felt abandoned. I then decided right away, then and there, that I was going to go start a new life for myself in Vancouver, a place where I had never been to before. Being without a place to stay at the time, I ended up at the Salvation Army Belkin House, a homeless shelter in downtown Vancouver, where I met many wonderful people, including staff members like Pastor Carlos and Pastor Gaston. During my first visit to the Belkin House as a client, I met a homeless man whom I shared my experiences of losing both of my parents and how lonely I felt. The man mentioned to me that I really did not need to have these lonely feelings, as I still had a father, and that was Jesus. This is where I believe I met God. I decided right away I was going to go to church that Sunday, and eventually I was baptized. I then decided on the spot to quit smoking cigarettes, drugs, and drinking alcohol, cold turkey, as they say. I also then made a promise to God that I would make him proud. I then signed up for the Salvation Army's Personal Development Program, or also known called Breaking the Cycle to Homelessness, which helped me to learn new skills like boundaries and anger management. It was a live-in program that lasted 8 months, which had helped to build up my confidence and self-esteem. After these programs were finished, I moved out and started working at the shelter, where I worked for 5 years. A record for me. The longest I was ever holding a job was no more than 2 years. Working as a front desk support worker. This is where I learned a lot about my love and compassion for others. Eventually, in 2012, while living in a low-income building in downtown Vancouver and working at the homeless shelter, I met my now current wife, Ananda. She had just finished up her own program at another facility and had just moved into the building. And I remember right away that I started to pursue her. It was like a dream come true for me. Eventually, we fell in love and got married in Mexico on June 10th, 2014. A year later, in 2015, me and my wife decided to move to a small town on the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia called Powell River, a town where Ananda was born and where we are living now. After arriving, Ananda and I started working as outreach workers at our local Salvation Army, helping those that were struggling with homelessness and addictions. Recently, I was also diagnosed with major depressive disorder, borderline personality disorder, and is living with chronic pain, pain in my arthritis in my knees and shoulders, and we're now both currently on long-term disability, living happily. How was that, love? She's out in the living room, so she's gonna help me out here. She's supporting me. So give me a sec here. I take medication that makes my mouth very dry, so that's why you'll see me drinking a lot of liquids sometime. I'm going to share one more thing. Well, I'm going to use another document here to help explain some other stuff. All right, let me bring that up. So, what is ADHD? Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is referred to as ADHD. It's a neural development condition that impacts both adults and children. ADHD patients may struggle with hyperactivity, impulsivity, and attention, which can affect their day-to-day functioning, relationships, career, and academic achieving. There are 3 primary forms of ADHD. Number 1, actually, I'm going to try to do something here. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to change the font so you can see it better. So that was 22. Let's go. There we go. We'll go this way. There are three primary forms of ADHD. Number one, predominantly inattentive presentation, previously referred to as ADD. Individuals with this type have difficulty sustaining attention, organizing tasks, and following through on instructions or conversations. Number two, predominantly hyperactive, impulsive presentation. People with this type display symptoms of hyperactivity and impulsivity, such as fidgeting, interrupting others, and acting out without considering consequences. Number three, combined presentation. This is the most common type, involving a combination of symptoms from both inattention and hyperactivity impulsivity. ADHD is typically diagnosed by healthcare professionals based on thorough assessment of symptoms and their impact on daily life. Treatment often involves a combination of behavioral therapy, medication, and support strategies tailored to the individual needs. Some of the struggles with ADHD. People with ADHD can face various challenges that affect different aspects of their lives. Some common struggles include focusing on tasks can be difficult for those with ADHD, particularly if they are boring or repetitive. They could find it challenging to stay focused and finish work because they are quickly distracted by outside stimuli or by their own thoughts. Impulsivity. Impulsivity can be demonstrated by dangerous behavior, interrupting others, or acting without considering the repercussions of one's actions. Relationship problems, problems in the workplace or in the classroom, and social interactions may result from this. Hyperactivity. This condition is characterized by excessive fidgeting, restlessness, or trouble staying motionless for long stretches of time. It can be difficult to maintain an acceptable behavior in situations that call for calm or focus, or to participate in quiet activities. Time management and organization. Individuals with ADHD may have trouble setting priorities for their activities, keeping track of their time and arranging tasks. This may make it more difficult to adhere to a regular daily schedule, remember obligations, and fulfill deadlines. Emotional regulation. People with ADHD frequently struggle to control their emotions. They could struggle to relate their reactions in difficult situations and feel strong emotions like irritation, rage, or impatience. Reduce working memory. Working memory is the capacity of the mind to store and process information for brief intervals of time. Working memory issues in people with ADHD may make it difficult for them to follow in directions, recall specifics, and solve difficulties. Procrastination and avoidance. People with ADHD may find it difficult to focus and stay motivated, which can lead to them putting off or avoiding tough or unpleasant tasks. Feelings of irritation and self-criticism may result from this. Social difficulties. Relationships and social skills can be impacted by ADHD. Hyperactivity, impulsivity, and inattention can interfere with interpersonal interactions, communication, and social cues, making it harder to establish and sustain friendships or romantic relationships. The intensity of these difficulties varies from person to person and may alter over time. However, people with ADHD can learn to effectively control their symptoms and enjoy fulfilling lives with the right support, therapy, and coping mechanisms. And there we go. That's it for the Larry talking about that part. So before I go any farther, I need to bring up important stuff here for 1 sec. Give me a minute. I need to bring in this disclaimer here. Unfortunately, I'm going to read it for you as well. I have to put up a disclaimer. The information on this channel is provided as an information resource only and is not to be used or relied on for any diagnostic or treatment purposes. It is also important to never self-diagnose yourself or to try to diagnose anyone without proper training. Please consult your healthcare provider before making any healthcare decisions or for guidance about a specific medical condition. Plum Travelers, it's supposed to be Cognitive Nomad. I apologize, but Plum Travelers expressly disclaims responsibility and shall have no liability for damages, loss, or injury or liability whatsoever suffered as a result of your reliance on the information contained in this channel. By joining this group or joining any of its discussions, you agree to these terms and conditions, which may from time to time be changed or supplemented by Cognitive Nomad. If you do not agree to the foregoing terms and conditions, you should not enter into any discussions. And I do apologize for that. It gets confusing. And there, hey, there's a struggle right there that I can show that I go through. Like I have another channel, so now, oh, Larry, you got to remember this is for your new channel, but gets caught up. But it's okay. This is all right. You know, I'm not looking to be, you know, PewDiePie or what's the Beast one there? Mr. Beast. I'm not trying to be anything huge on here. I just want to just help support people. That's what I'm trying to do on here. Let me see one other thing here. Hold on, give me a minute. I just wanted to put up this last thing. And it's a little 10-second video, or 18-second, I think it is.
You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the...
That's right. We're all in this together, and there's millions of other people out there that's having struggles and bad days. And to be honest with you guys right now, I am actually having a bad day. I had a really rough night's sleep, and I feel like my head is exploding. I have a slight headache, my stomach ache, all that kind of stuff, irritable and everything, right? And so, but that's okay. Well, you know, we all have those bad days, and I just got to push through it. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I hope I'm coming across as doing okay. I think the important thing is here is that we can't shy away from all these problems. We got to attack them and not allow them to control our lives. And that's what I do. I just push through it and do the best I can. Let's go into chat. Go back up here. I'm out of coffee, love. Love you. We got some silent watchers. That's right. And there's my brother right here. By the way, if you don't know that the pronunciation of that word, it's Rhys, R-H-Y-S. I'm sure you all know that. He's my little baby brother. He's the ugly duckling. Although he's got more gray than me. It was good so far. All right, thank you. Squirrel! Yeah, there's some squirrels. Oh, speaking of squirrels, Ontario, where Michael Ann is, oh my gosh, they're squirrels. They're like friggin' tigers. ADHD medications have come a long way. Used to be Ritalin was the only option. Yeah, you're right. Michael Ann, I don't know if you know this, but I have Vyvanse there. I won't take it. I don't take any stimulants for myself. I take, what's it called again, love? L-tyrosine, or the brand name is called Strattera. No? Oh, what? Strattera is atomoxetine? So, okay. So for my ADHD, I only take one medication, and that's atomoxetine, or the other brand name is called Strattera. And really what it was, my issues really, now there is other ADHD stuff that I still struggle with and stuff like that. But the one thing that it's helping me tremendously in my own case is before I was in, like all my life, when I was in conversations, I would be so distracted by all these outside noises. You know, I'd be sitting there looking you in the eye, trying to have a great conversation, and then boom, like honk, honk, cat, oh, Larry, like it was just too overwhelming, which eventually I ended up going to see a psychiatrist for. And well, in the beginning, they diagnosed me with anxiety, depressive disorder, all that kind of stuff, which was probably true. But I know I had ADHD, as I said in the beginning there, 1998. I went through all the testing to be diagnosed with ADHD, and I just also wanted to mention that part there. You might have said, "Hey, well, I deal with that, or I might deal with that, and I might, have ADHD." Please, I highly recommend you get tested before you make any of those assumptions, because a lot of the symptoms can look like other symptoms that you have. Like I also have borderline personality disorder, which has a lot of ADHD problems or struggles or whatever you want to call them that goes along with it, right? So you might want to do that, because they actually also diagnosed me with bipolar, which is crazy. I know I'm not bipolar. It's just irritable situations, right? I get irritable at certain situations, which looks like I'm manic and stuff like that. So, but Ritalin, yes, I was on Ritalin actually at one point, right? Yeah, I'm getting an Anna to give me a coffee. Thank you, love. Yes, I was on Ritalin, right? Yeah, I was on Ritalin for a while. Ananda doesn't like me on these, and dexedrine, and what else? There was the other one. Oh, I went through all the stimulant thing here, and so this is a Vyvanse. That's a stimulant as well. Now I'm yes, Ananda's. Give me this. I want to show people. So Ananda's family, they're all into natural medications. So I'm taking what they call L-tyrosine, which is the natural thing helps with ADHD. It's not necessarily for ADHD, but it helps with the symptoms. And so with this Strattera and this L-tyrosine, I'm pretty much fine. But like you saw, and I was saying earlier, there's still struggles with ADHD, right? There's still the social part, there's still the inattentive part, all those things all come into play. So I don't think you can really take care of those with medications unless you get all these other ones that I call them zombie drugs. So, hello everyone, how are you doing today? Because that's really, I don't like that. Now, of course, please, again, I need to stress this, that just because I don't like it doesn't mean it wouldn't be good for you. All drugs are differently. We all react to different things. So again, please talk to your professional about that part. Okay. And yes, I already talked to my doctors about how I do and how I use my medications, and we're all on the same page. And actually, while I'm at it right now, I just want to stress also, right? If you're one of those people out there that are afraid to go seek help, there's nothing wrong with going to get help, right? If you don't go ask for help and you sit there and, screw it, I'm going to stay home and feel sorry for myself and stuff like that, your choice. But why would you? Why not go out and seek somebody and ask them for help? And yes, there's a stigma about doctors and therapists and changes. And believe me, I have a lot of issues with that world. But what I've learned is if you don't get help, well, then that's you not reaching your help that's available to you. Because there's all kinds of help out there. There's tons of help. We live in a first world country. There's resources everywhere, right? And that's something that I learned being homeless and working at a homeless shelter and being homeless at kind of like at the same time. So I've seen both sides of all these worlds and stuff like that. So if you're one of those people, I just highly encourage you to go out there and seek out some help. There's all kinds of resources out there. If you don't have it and you need a resource, and you live somewhere that I don't live, I will help you find that resource. Reach out to me in the cognitivenomad@gmail.com. If you don't want to seek what I'm offering in the description, reach out to me. Reach out to me through email and say, hey, look, hey, I'd like to go get some help and I don't know where to turn, stuff like that. Thank you, love. I will help you to find the resource. And so when I worked at the homeless shelter, as I said earlier there, I was a front desk support worker. So my main job was security, really. I was a glorified security guard, excuse me. I was responsible for an 8-story building with over 200 and something guests and clients. Had 5 computer screens, 72 cameras that I had to make sure everybody was following the rules. Also, I also had to make sure everybody that was coming and going out of the building were allowed in the building. So, so if you came to the door and you stood there and you didn't open the door, that means you didn't have a key card, because to get around this whole building, you had to have a key card, which registers in a computer and stuff like that. So that was my responsibility, is the security. I can go farther, but I'm going to go too long. And then I also had a partner, which was support services too. He's the one that did all the rounds like a normal security does. Every hour or whatever, right? He'll go in throughout the whole building. Although these 72 cameras, a lot of people didn't like that. I was able to. So I'm able to multitask all within multiple thoughts. So they didn't like that. I was able to watch them and have a conversation with a couple clients at the counter, and they're up there on a 5th floor doing something they shouldn't be, and I would always catch them, and they didn't like that. And so I guess that's sometimes the ADHD. You have gifts and they're a curse at the same time sometimes. So yeah, with the homeless shelter, I lost train of thought. Loud, where's my squirrel? Help me to get back on track. I guess what I'll do there, it'll jog my memory. Get back up here. Where are we at here? Well, here, I will use that. There's my squirrel. I'm using the squirrel as my excuse. Yes, now there's so many different options. Remember, they used to just throw every child that acted out on Ritalin. Yes, of course. Yeah. That was scary, actually. Oh, wow. Wait. I can relate to the procrastinate. Oh my gosh. Ananda, just so you know, that is now recorded live for everybody to know. Thank you very much for admitting. See, my wife is so great. Oh my gosh. See, you are a beautiful wife. She admits to things. I was on it shortly. My foster father, Timothy F. Booker, helped me. Wow, I didn't know you were on Ritalin. I didn't know Tim put you on that. Oh, interesting, Reese. See, I learn something new every day about my family. Interesting. I never knew. But you don't have ADHD, Reese, according to you. Reese says he doesn't have ADHD. But I don't know. But again, I'm not no doctor. I'm not diagnosing him. But I don't know, Reese. He was 15 at the time. Yeah, just a couple years ago, right, Reese? Well, made you tired, Reese? Yeah, my foster father noticed my extra tiredness. See? Again, like they zombie drugs. It's a stimulant so amazing it made you tired. Larry bounces off the wall. Yeah. I'll let everybody else know. Yeah, Nanda doesn't like me on stimulants because okay, all right. But believe it or not, it helps you to hyper focus. It has its good things to it. But when you have somebody that's very talkative, like I can be sometimes, as you can see probably, yeah, it can get very annoying for those that just want to, relax a little bit. So that's why me and Nanda complement each other so well. She's good at procrastinating, and I'm good at bouncing off the wall. Were you a hyper child, Reese? I don't remember Reese being a hyper child. Although, in this sense, thinking back, you would probably, because our memory is going to go back to when you're talking about, Ananda, is that we're going to think whatever we were acting was normal. So when you ask about hyper, yeah, we could have been hyper, but at that age, well, no, he was 15. So at 15, you're normally calmed down. So maybe you are right with that one, love. I know I didn't need it, but kind of, yeah. Your mom, both you and Larry. Oh, I'm sure. Out of all of us 8 kids, the majority of us had it. I'm the only one that got diagnosed. Nobody else got diagnosed, so that's why my behaviors were always getting me in trouble, because I was diagnosed. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. But we still need each other to get through the rough days, even if we don't. Yeah, you're right, Reese. That's what we're here for. And you know, Reese, every time I try to call you and my other siblings, you know that I'm always thinking of you guys, always, because that's what families do. Unfortunately, for some people are like only child and stuff. They don't have that kind of support system, but I do. I have a loving, caring, uh, compassionate family. You know, we're not all perfect either, but hey, we still love each other, and we try the best we can to support each other, and we do quite well, actually. My oldest started on Ritalin, then went to Concerta when it became available in Canada. Yes, my youngest started on Concerta. Did I do Concerta as well, love? Because that sounds familiar. Oh, Vyvanse. Oh, really? It says Vyvanse, listed dextromethorphan. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. See, they're like, what is up with this pill industry, man? They call them like 10 different things. The same with the animal industry. You ever get that? Like, you know, in the medication world, they call it, you know, Strattera or whatever, anamoxetine, and all these different names. Why can't they just say one name? You know what I mean? If it's a you know, like you go to the grocery store, oh, you get a grocery brand product. You know what I mean? Like over the, you know, the name brand product. Why can't they just throw, you know, no name? It's too confusing. Larry, you got more facial hair than I do, but I make up for it on my body. Yeah, you TMI, race TMI. Also trying an amino acid called L-tyrosine and GABA, which are natural ways of treating it. Yeah. When I first met Ananda, Ananda's mom used to work with natural medicines and stuff like that at a natural store. And I just thought it was so crazy. Now, I will say that my brother Reese, many years ago, started taking his own vitamins and all that. And I was like, come on, you know what? Like, come on, please, like, enough. But I'll be honest with you, I gave up because they kept saying, hey, Larry, you should try this. You should try it. I said, you know what? Just give it to me. Give it to me. And believe it or not, there are some that does work way better than some of the name brand medications you get from the drugstore. See, look, omega-3 is great for your mental health too. See, yes, omega-3 is good for your heart and brain health. It's also anti-inflammatory. And what's this, love? What's this last one? What? Oh, squirrel. Is that a squirrel?
Yeah, those are squirrels.
They look like little miniature Ontario squirrels. I wish I had a picture of a squirrel in Ontario. They're scary looking. Ironically, Reese and Michael Ann are in Ontario. So what do we got left? We got 15 minutes. Let's see what we can do. I got through everything, love.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? So what else can I talk about right now? Actually, well, there's only 5 right now. Anybody want to come up and talk live? Come up on camera and hang out for the next 15 minutes? Well, if it goes longer, then we can go, because Ananda normally says, you know, 1 hour, Larry, 1 hour. No, I can go as long as I want. This is Larry's channel, okay? Larry's Cognitive Nomad. Plump Travelers, plural, is Ananda and I's channel. So she can say, Larry, only an hour tonight. and it's Saturday afternoon. Our date night's not until tonight, not this afternoon. So would anybody like to come up? Come on, Michael Ann. You got a camera. I know you do. Don't be shy. Come say hi. Look, everybody's quiet. You know what? Actually, I can do it this way. I'm going to go like this. Here. You listen to what I put, love. Hold on. All right, here we go. Oh, they don't have the normal one that sounds like crickets that well. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, we're going to go like this. Download it. Bring it over here. Hold on. Oh, it's on repeat. No, stop. I want this for here for later because it happens in live feed sometime. Okay, go into here, go in here. There we go. Now I get to play it. I got to take the loop off. That would drive somebody crazy. All right, it's loading. Here it comes. There we go. There we go. You hear it, love? It's pretty quiet in the chat there. Nobody's talking. Why isn't anybody coming up on live? Maybe you can come live, love. Oh, come on. Nobody wants to go. Well, I guess I'm going to shut it down then. That's okay. Wait, why is it still going? I turned off repeat and it kept going. That was crazy. Well, maybe I'll play a song. For those that are curious. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's not all about, expecting anything. I'm leaving it open to anybody if you want somebody to talk to. Actually, I can go like this too. Give me 1 second. This is how you got to fill in the quiet times in your what do you call it? Oh, I see why now. Somebody else is live, and that's where they're going to. That's why. It's all good. It's all good. Papa Mozo. Where's Papa Mozo? All right, let me see. I'm going to pull up because I already got permission to share something here. I want to share something here. I don't hear his thing, so I'm going to share it just in case. But I wanted to share something. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to share this. And it's important for me to share it. Just let me set this up. I wasn't expecting to do this, but that's okay. Where's my screen? StreamYard's over here. Present. Go in here. This one here. Oh, wait. Do I do... No, let's go back here. We'll go here. I don't care. There we go. Let's see what this does here. Let's see. Stop sharing. There we go. So this was my good friend Papa Mozo. He was a YouTuber. He had his thing going on and everything, and I was one of his mods. And he was a pastor, and he would come on his channel. I'm going to eventually start sharing some of his videos just to help inspire people as well. I already got permission to do it. It was amazing. So being his mod, I got to hear all of his stories. I got to see how he would share and stuff. And it was just a gentleman from America, and he'd just come on here and talk about whatever everybody was going through, and that's what it is. He was like a support, and so that's where I'm getting my inspiration to do what I'm doing now. Just let me play this quickly here.
I hope you're doing well. I hope you will help me. Will you help me? I need your help with my YouTube channel. I don't have any specific demographic, any specific age group. I try to reach people anywhere in the world. I have a large Asian following, and I have several Australians. I've got people in Morocco, people in the Middle East, people all over Europe, and I'm just trying to get a positive message out in a 5-minute video on weekdays, Monday through Friday. Now, I have been putting out one on the weekend days. That's kind of, if it happens, great, and if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. But I really need your help. Would you do me a favor and share Papa Mozo, Papamozo? You know it because you're already attached to my channel. Makes it sound like a suction cup, doesn't it? You're attached. No, I just need all the members I can get. And they need all the encouragement they can get, no matter who a person is, no matter what culture. And a lot of people have translation software, so even though I can't communicate in Farsi, someone can run it through the translation thingy and get the translation and get some encouragement, because encouragement is something everyone needs all the time, especially when all we see on TV and social media is kind of negative, kind of bad news. We don't need more of that. We need more of what I'm offering, whoever it is. Okay? Will you help me do that? I am so grateful. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at papamozo@yahoo.com. Papamozo, Papamozo, @yahoo.com. Meanwhile, bless you and your family. Till next time, bye bye for now.
Oh, I miss him. Should have been out for a sec there. I miss him a lot. He was like a big brother to me. We used to have a lot of talks, and then also sitting in his live feed. I don't know why it's lagging. It looks like it's lagging. I don't like lag. Give me 1 sec. Oh yeah, my stream signal is not. Connection is unstable. If you were on Wi-Fi, try. I'm gonna see something here. Give me a sec, guys. Oh, I'm still on the proper signal. Why does that keep going down low? Interesting. But anyway, he was like a brother to me. And does that sound still showing lag over there, love? Huh? I can't hear you. It's freezing? Okay, well, maybe I'll cut it. I'm going to cut it down short then. We'll close that. I'm going to close some windows here to see if it'll get rid of some of that lag. I wish it didn't. So StreamYards is there, and that's that one there. Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah, maybe. Where? I don't see V. Where is our V? Is that my V in there? There's our V, love. So whenever you see V, all right. Oh, okay. See, V, I got you. I got you, V. Got to take care of our V. I hope you and Steve are doing well, V. Oh, and by the way, V, I found my hard drive. I found my hard drive that had my group cruise footage on it, including your wedding stuff. So I'm going to try to create a special video for you and Steve. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm just about to shut it down because unless you want to come up, like old time's sake, Nobody seems to be doing inviting people up on the panels anymore. Did I miss something while I was away or something? No, V. I know you can't. Your voice. It's okay. I'm yes, your Val renewal. Yes, your Val renewal. Here we go. Let's bring in here. Beautiful. You know what, V? I'm not going to do like Sean does. I would wreck my throat if I try to pronounce or try to imitate your voice. No way. I come bearing sunflowers. Yes, our favorite sunflowers, hidden disabilities. Ananda's going to start making. Actually, you know what, V? I'm going to put my wife on the spot. Ananda, V asked for one of those bracelets a long time ago. So, V, you hear me right now? Ananda, can you make a bracelet for V? You stopped making them, but you can still make one for V. See, V, you probably missed it earlier because Ananda said she had a big problem with procrastination and all that kind of stuff. So she does. Oh, no, sorry. You can't self-diagnose. You can't self-diagnose. No self-diagnosing. Yes, your renewal. I'm so heart-warmed. Oh, me too. I have people up on mine. They're not always available. Well, Michael Ann, if like a lot of the times, I don't know, but there's a lot of times where you're doing your lives and we take a nap here. We're old people. Well, I'm not even going to go there, Michael Ann, with age and stuff with you. We're the type of old people that likes taking naps, and it can be various times of the day. And a lot of times I don't catch everyone's live. But if I catch your live, hey, I'll come up anytime. Anytime you see me coming in there, I'm always, for the most part, willing and able to come up on your live. I'm learning to talk on my lower scale. Hey, Larry, how you doing there, Larry? I would love to hear that low voice. She was busy, but wait patiently. And I have issues with procrastinations too. Uh-oh. I love to support, but I need to limit my vocal time. If you only knew, I don't know if you guys watch TikTok or not. There's this Chinese song that went haywire, crazy, viral, and I actually have a TikTok on my TikTok. You have to check it out. It's a little thing about singing lip syncing to a Chinese song. Well, I actually just sat down a couple nights ago and I listened to the song, but it's in Chinese, and I created my own what it sounded like a translation to the song, and I keep singing it. And so when I was trying to get it, it's like like I was trying to hear the word, and it kept playing over and over and over and over. So I'm trying to get Ananda to sing it, but she won't. But she did last night a little bit. I heard it. She won't admit to it. But, I actually like singing, everyone. If you don't know that, I love singing. I'm not the greatest singer. I sing in church. I'm not vocally trained or anything, but I just love singing. It's so enjoyable, and I love hearing singing. It hits the heart in the right spots a lot of the times. It's not your ADHD, love. You don't have ADHD yet. Not until you agree to go get diagnosed. Nana, you need to record from the background, Larry, practicing. Oh, I do. You want to hear me sing? Okay. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter if I get a copy strike on this one. Give me a moment. I'm going to sing it with you guys. Okay. Let me bring it up. Oh, wrong one. All right, here we go. No, I got to go in this. Saved. I have to go in the saved ones. Here we go. You ready, guys? Are you ready? Let me pull this down. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to turn my phone up. Sing some song. Good light, out, so you go, yeah. When you the woman, you lao ming chi, woman, ji, song, jingy, song. There you go. I won't keep it going. It will probably drive a lot of people crazy. But yeah, I love singing. I have a playlist of a bunch of songs in my YouTube that I practice all the time. And my favorite song is Losing My Religion by REM. Oh, what's going on here? The chat's going at a crazy here. Holy cow, what's it saying? Yeah, you're right. So I'll get you to sing it and I'll record you, love. Yeah. That's right. That's right, V. Yeah. See, you guys, if you think you have it, right? Now, of course, a lot of people are going to get diagnosed and stuff like that. Actually, this is a good point for me to bring this in here. If you do get diagnosed and all that stuff, a lot of people, including myself, when I got diagnosed, I felt like I needed to be treated differently than everybody else. I get a broken leg kind of deal, and I'm in a wheelchair, and you need to treat me differently. Well, people in wheelchairs don't expect you to treat them anyway. But what they do is they need our help. They need to, for people to understand, hey, look, I'm going to have a struggle getting up that sidewalk or whatever the case may be. So we need to be mindful of what their needs are, not treat them differently, not treat them like they're special or anything like a special ed or taking the shortcuts to school or any of that stuff. That's not what it is. So with my ADHD, I call it as a label. It's like we got, instead of thinking, well, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Well, at least we have a name. But I just hope that, everybody out there doesn't sit back and think it's an excuse or, all that kind of stuff. We are all responsible for our actions, even though we have disabilities. And so just like the other side, they have a right to feel a certain way towards us. We need to be also doing it back. But I think as long as we have empathy within there, we should be able to work together. Like I said with this last week about this sunflower, as you saw V was sharing, it's an international symbol for hidden disabilities. You can't see ADHD other than you see the behaviors, but just looking at a person, you can't. But somebody in a wheelchair, well, you can see their disability, right? And so their international symbol is somebody in a wheelchair. Excuse me. So now they created this sunflower thing for international disabilities, and all it is just for when we go flying at an airport and you're waiting in that lineup to get on an airplane, and they call out, elderly and those with kids, and then or any of those that needs extra time, and that's where I fall into place. I have really bad knees. I have a bad back. I have arthritis in my back. I have bad knees, arthritis in my knees, really bad shoulders, and stuff like that. So I can walk. I can walk like any other normal people. I can probably walk 10 kilometers if I needed to. But what happens is when I went down to this group cruise with UV and Michael and stuff like that, when I went on that group cruise, I had 4 legs to a trip. Well, three legs. Well, no, I went from YVR, Vancouver, to Colorado to Houston, and then Houston to Miami when I went down for that cruise. So, and a lot of those times, those layovers, you had to get from gate to gate. Well, going from Vancouver to Colorado, it was fine. I walked. It was tough, but I managed. But by the time I got to Houston, I was dead. Like I couldn't walk anywhere. And then so I had, I can't remember the layover time, but I felt like I was going to miss my plane because, hey, it was like, I was told that it was just down the hallway, but it's saying it's just down the hallway to most people, they can make it in no time in normal walking pace. But someone like myself who doesn't have a wheelchair or any other than the sign that lanyard that I was talking about last week with the sunflower, hey, walk on your own. Come on, guy, you can walk. You're walking, blah, 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 right? So nobody knows that. So I ended up going over to one of the golf carts that does shuttling for seniors and all that kind of stuff. And I asked, hey, do you mind if I get on? And they allowed me and stuff like that. But I'm sure there was people out there thinking, what's this guy doing on it? Get up there and stop being so freaking lazy. You know what I mean? And so I got to the gate and stuff like that. And I was standing there, and I'm waiting. I was talking to a guy in a wheelchair. There was an actual wheelchair guy going there. And it was in Houston. And I'm not trying to pick on Houston. This isn't what I'm saying. Actually, if anything, it was good. So I ended up going to the gate agent. And I said, you know what? What do I need to do to be able to go on first? Because what happens is if you go on first or whatever the case may be, you got to rush. You got to get on that plane, get that suitcase up in its bin, and get your jacket off and throw your stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of stuff for someone like me with the way my disabilities are. So I choose to get on that plane when they say, hey, whoever needs extra time. But now I just watched a couple of news articles a couple of weeks ago, and they're saying there's people, I'm not going to say what countries or where, but there's people that are using disabilities as an excuse so they can get on the airplane first, which is sickening. It's very, very sickening, because they don't like seeing, tiered members getting on first and all that kind of stuff. It shouldn't be an issue. These tiered members shouldn't be having to worry about these cheaters. I'm going to call them cheating to get on an airplane, right? It's sickening, to use somebody's disability to get on an airplane. That's sick, right? And so that's why I chose to do it. But that's why I also like the thoughts of this lanyard with the sunflower. At least you can have those people that can see that might recognize it down the road saying, oh, that's why this guy's getting on here, right? Or this lady's getting on there. It's just a symbol, but it's not for us to receive special treatment. It has nothing to do with special treatment. It's just empathy and understanding that, you know what, hey, I need to get on here and sit down before, you 200 people coming behind me throws me in there and pushes me in my seat. And, we're all going to the same area. The plane's taking off the same time as we all are. There's no rush to get on that airplane or vice versa, getting off the plane. But for me, I always just, go ahead. I wait till everybody debarks the plane. Go ahead. I don't care what the layover is. But then if it is a short layover, then I have to get, something to go through it, right? So somebody's messaging me. I apologize for that. Let's see who it is. What's this? YouTube. Is that a link to get on there? Is that what she's saying there, love? I'll get to it soon. I'm only self-diagnosed. I know back in grade 3 I had a time focusing. You know what, Michael Ann? Yes, we can self-diagnose, but we can't. V sent me a link to YouTube, but I don't want to click on it in case it's going to a live feed and I'm in the middle of mine. So we can assume that we have it, but don't it's not good to self-diagnose, right? I think it's important if you have the symptoms to get checked out. I think it is. There's nothing wrong with going to get checked out if you have it. If they say no, you don't have it, well then you don't have it. But if you do have it, then you can say, oh yeah, you know what, that's why. Now with in my case, and I believe it should be all the way around, is we need to learn to live with these things. A lot of people say, well, I suffer with ADHD. No, I don't suffer. It's not suffering, Yeah, it's upsetting. Like part of ADHD, there's a thing called, what's it called? Something dysphoria. I can't remember what it is, but it's afraid of abandonment kind of deal, same with BPD, borderline personality disorder. And so, yeah, I've lost train of thought again. Squirrel! That's the struggles of mental health. It was bad when I was in college too. Yeah. Yeah. And Michael, you were a nurse before too. So that's pretty high-end training you need to do. Chi Ling Sung. Yeah, that is great. Thank you. Have fun getting that song out of your head. Yeah. I'm going to be finishing up. Yes, REM. Oh, life is bigger than you, and you are not me. The things that I will go to. Yeah. I actually, excuse me, I suck. I hate hearing myself sing without vocals. I don't like a cappella whatsoever. I need music to go along with. I did the adult checklist we had in the office. It was positive. Oh, there you go. See? Right? But you still should get checked out officially, like with a paper. Apparently, since the pandemic, ADHD diagnosis has risen 10% or 10 times the amount in his high diagnosed mental health disorder right now. Yes, according to my psychiatrist, that's what it's going on. And it's not surprising. One of these days, I'm going to explain something going on right now with my ADHD diagnosis. And there's certain things that happened when I was younger and then when we were younger, stressful situations. And it seemed very strangely that's when the ADHD symptoms started to come around. And so, we like to think that, excuse me, this is self-diagnosis kind of way. Like this isn't that doctor's official thing, but I did talk to the doctor about it. And so they're saying, no, well, it's possible or whatever. Right. So, and so, yeah, what happened was it's stressful situations. Well, of course, it's going to mess up your brain and trying to concentrate and stuff like that. And so that's what I believe partially, not all, partially one of the things that comes from ADHD is that, a lot of stressful situations happening in our life and we just, our brain can't handle it. I fear a second one. Yeah. Well, I actually don't talk about the fact that I have diabetes. I also have sleep apnea, which I have to sleep with a CPAP machine every day, which is stress in itself. Long story there. Yes, I don't need any more on the list. Why don't we just say we're having struggles instead of saying? I think that the label is for us. It's not necessarily, what, guys. Hi, guys. What? Hey, I got ADHD, man. I got BPD. No, it's not about that. And a chemo brain as well. So yes, you got the that would be scared to have. I bet anxiety was a lot of people having anxiety during the pandemic. I know I did. Layovers are harsh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, you would think anxiety, depression would be at the top, and apparently it's ADHD. And what's this? New comments. I feel you, Larry. Yep. I'm just going to finish up the comments here, and I'm going to get going here. Hidden disability channel. Yep. For you to check out. Oh, okay. Thank you, V. Now I get it. I got you. See. Okay. I'll have a look at it. For you to check out later. Okay. Bye, V. Yes. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. What does that say? I manage with versus I suffer from. Yeah. I manage with. Yes. I really wish they had like karaoke, that we were able to do karaoke on here. I know some people do it. I don't know how they do it, but no, I refuse to get involved with that friggin' copyright stuff. As we all know, in our community, Lucy and Bill from MGM Travel, their channel got shut down because of a stupid rule that they have, and there's no way I'm messing with that. I don't want the channels to get shut down. Your body's reaction to stress when you're a child, when your brain is not fully developed, can have long-term effects. Yes, I agree. PTSD can cause you not to be able to concentrate too, though. Yes, you're right, love. For sure. That's why so many of us have so many issues as adults. I agree. I agree. A huge percentage of the population have issues with it. But a lot of people, no, I'm not going to get help, or I don't need help. I'm totally fine. Yeah, you're totally fine pissing people off and having your reactions or actions affect others around you. Yeah, you're a narcissist, but you're a perfectly fine person, right? Come on. Oh wait, I didn't say that. Instead of PhD behind our names, we get OCD, HD. Yeah. I got the whole alphabet on mine. I still get anxiety in crowds areas. Social distancing people, get out of my bubble. Yeah, I totally understand social anxiety, Michael Ann. Actually, during the pandemic, and that's when I was having some really bad anxiety. Like I was at a dark spot during the pandemic in that sense. But it was because of my medications that I was on. But when Ananda and I went out to get groceries, I would always go sit out in the van and let her do all, because I didn't want to be around people. I just get away from me. I don't like people. Now, of course, I'm also that way. All my life, I never knew anything about boundaries until like I said in the beginning there in my intro. Those things, boundaries. I never had those. I never had boundaries, and so I learned boundaries. It's like, oh wow! And now since I learned boundaries, I'm like you're saying at the end there, my clan. Get out of my bubble. Yeah, I don't like people coming within that bubble. And believe it or not, I actually felt and saw that's the way it was for you on the cruise. So I tried to do my best to do whatever you can, and allowed you to do what you needed to do, Michael Ann. And it was cool, right? We're all cool. But I do understand being uncomfortable in social situations sometimes, and it causing a lot of anxiety. I got by 3 letters. V. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, the pandemic really made people fear crowds. Yeah. I think a little bit too much sometimes, though. I have CB and HD. Those are enough. I know a lot of narcissists, but they will never admit it. Nope. See? Right? So again, we're entitled to say we don't need help. We're entitled to it. It's our right. You know what I mean? And it's sad, right? I think all we can do is just worry about ourselves and worry about them as well. And try to support them within that, right? Instead of casting them to hell and stuff. Pandemic stressed some of us and triggered some of the mental health. Oh God, yes. Well, they wouldn't be narcissists if they admitted it, would they? That would be like an oxygen moron. Well, it says oxygen. Sorry, I'm only going by what I read. Remember, I reached out to Larry at the group meetup if he needed a hug to find me. Yes, you did, V. And when we were in, let me see if I remember. Was it Bon Air? I think it was Bon Air. Yeah, we got to hang out a little bit in Bon Air, and then you got lost, and you thought I left you. But no, we get split up in one of the stores. That was the first trigger at a grocery store when a lady came within inches of me to grab something off my shelf. Oh yeah. And instead of waiting to say excuse me, yeah. I know his bubble was big then. Yep. Some people don't have proper boundaries, and that's the other sad thing out there too, V. It's not everybody understands. Like I never did it, right? I was, how old was I? 2009. So I was 39 years old when I learned boundaries, right? But thankfully, it's helped me to change who I was and how I treat others, right? And Larry is literally, you're funny, V. I did not ditch you, V. I did not ditch you. Actually, what I think that was the port. No, I think that was the port where I ended up going because I couldn't find you. So I ended up, okay, well, I guess I got to go on my own, right? And I ended up meeting up with Heather and Dwight from us and their kids from Us and More. So I hung out with them for a little bit, and that port was extremely hot. My shirt was soaked from sweat. Are you guys making fun of me? No, of course not. See, you never admit that. Sounds narcissistic to me. I always knew he had one big L. You're a funny girl, love. Anyway, guys, I guess it's time. Next time we will put a leash on so we can keep you nearby. Okay. And sadly, you guys got a cruise, or I don't know if you're going, V, but Michael Ann, you got a cruise coming up in October, is it? I'm very jealous of you guys. We just can't, I'm not working or anything, so I just can't afford to go on cruises right now. I can't wait. We are going on a trip to see my kids in New Mexico in September. Fernanda's birthday and my oldest granddaughter's birthday in September. So, these guys are down. So V, you're going. You guys are going on there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm jealous. I really wish. September. Lucky you guys. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. I did manage to get in an hour. What's this? Man, I missed 5 days. Yeah, V, where were you? 183 days, according to Michael Ann. Oop, wrong one. It's okay. Everybody, thank you for coming out today. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful week. Again, if you guys are struggling, anytime, my email's open. I might not be able to get back to you right away, but if you have something, you need somebody to talk to or listen to you, my ear is there. I'll be honest with you. That is just something that I struggle with, listening. I always want to speak. And I think it's important we need to listen, learn how to listen properly, not just listen. And so I struggle with that, and because of my inattention and all that kind of stuff. So I think this way here, now I'm more than willing to listen, and I'm capable of listening and helping and supporting. I just, I struggle with it sometimes. And so I think if any of you guys out there need somebody to talk to, you're having a bad day and you're just, hey, please, I need some help. Just somebody to listen to. Send me an email and I'll respond back, and might be able to chit chat if I'm not busy or something. But yeah, please, I encourage you to do that. That's why I said, and you'll see here in the outro that I care. I care about every single human being on this planet. Everyone, unconditionally. It's tough. It's a tough world, man, and I think we all need to help each other out. And on that note, just to let you all know, all the links and stuff are in the description. And I'm going to finish out here because I don't like leaving left comments. Oh, wait, says, according to the shipmate says, oh, okay, there we go. Thanks, guys. Hope everyone, yeah, there we go. My husband runs 1 month at 1 mouth, 2 ears. Yes, I agree. Ananda, you need to tell Larry to be added to our messenger chat. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, sure, I will. Although Ananda doesn't really go into that part of social media, she doesn't really do that. I'm surprised she's hanging out with me in here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a great week. And see you next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Pacific time. Have a great, wonderful day. And here is my outro.
You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the door. Give it all you got. No hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment.